Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here at weatherweb.net. It's Thursday the 14th of January. Thanks again for watching. This is your look ahead video. Wow, I wish I could look out like that at the moment. But I can't because of this. Yep, this is my foot right now. I had an operation on Tuesday on my Achilles tendon. So I'm afraid you're probably going to have to put up with a lot more from me over the coming days, even weeks, because I've got time to sit and look through the record books because I can't do much else. Thanks. I know Gary's keeping you bang up to date with the cold snap in the fast forecasts, which you can find at weatherweb.net. It's just interesting now to decide on when the cold snap comes to an end. Important to note as well, this is just an ordinary hit of cooler weather. This is nothing out of the ordinary. I saw TV forecasts talking about severe frosts and the coldest night for years. No, it's not. It's just normal, low, overnight temperatures. Do you know on the 12th of January 2014, the temperature at Preston, Montford in Shropshire was minus 7.5. So, low overnight temperatures that we're about to experience are well within the bounds of normal weather, and of normal winter weather, and are just not worth making a huge fuss over. Yeah, it'll be cold. Yes, there's going to be a frost and there'll be some ice, but, come on, let's keep it at least a little bit real. This is the Canadian outputs, and the days are at the top here. There's the 5-day forecast, for example. And what to notice here is that Canadians actually get the southwesterlies in around day 6 into day 7. So they're trying to get it in for the middle part of next week. What could happen is that as the warmer air comes up from the southwest, it comes over the top of the cold air that's over the UK. It rises above, it causes misty, murky days, and kind of the mild air tries to get in, but doesn't really get there, and it takes a couple of days for it to get in. That's probably the way this thing is shaping up. The GFS is a little bit quicker bringing in the milder air. It tries to get it in by Monday, Tuesday of next week, bringing in the southwesterlies, and then breaks them through the country. Again, that would be a delayed onset of the mild air. It would try to get in, but initially rise above the chill that's there from this weekend. But overall, milder air getting in on the GFS too. And the ECMWF calling something similar as well. Now, as it's Thursday, it's JMA Day. This is when we get the output from the Japanese Meteorological Agency every week, which takes us forwards for the next month. So this is the week 1 500 millibar height anomaly prediction for the next week. So this will take us up to, where are we? Forgive me, all the days have blended into one, as you can imagine. So this is going to take us up to next Thursday. So this takes us up to the 21st of January. And this has basically got the idea of the ridge building west of the UK, which is what we'll see, northerly flow coming down across the UK, bringing the cooler conditions. Strong jet across the eastern states, still getting into the western parts of the Atlantic, and also a trough here across western parts of Russia, eastern parts of Europe. Into week 2 from the 22nd of January through until the 28th of January. The Japanese still want to keep the high in, but keep it down towards the south. A ridge building across the country, trough out in the Atlantic. We've got that sort of pattern taking shape. So what the Japanese wants to do is to get into drier conditions, and that seems to be the way that things are leaning now after that very wet start to January. Things going into drier conditions, taking us into a drier end to the month, particularly across the southern 2/3 of the country with that high pressure in, and probably a tendency towards frost. Temperatures coming up to probably nearer normal levels, so some cold days around. Frost and fog potentially a problem, particularly in central and northern areas. And if you get a foggy day, then temperatures will struggle to rise, but generally temperatures nearer normal and dry conditions coming in overall. But I still think rain across Scotland and across northern parts of Ireland, and that rain probably coming in all west or southwesterly. So across eastern Scotland, where we saw all those flooding problems, this probably doesn't affect you that much because of that wind coming in from the west or the southwest. And then into weeks 3 and 4 from the 29th of January through until the 11th of February. This one, I think, is starting to set the scene for the rest of the winter. What it's showing us, remember, this is the mean for the 2 weeks, so this is quite a long period now. The ridge squeezing off towards the south, trough getting in towards the north, low the normal heights here. So we're getting that sort of pattern taking place. Again, more southern areas hinted at being drier, but I think what this is trying to do is to set up a westerly again for a time, more unsettled conditions right at the very end of the month into the early part of February. But I think what this does is this then sets us up for this trough squeezing its way eastwards, and I think the pattern that we are going to end up with during the early part of February is one of the ridge building towards the west, of the northerly coming in here, and I think that then sets us up for that colder February that we've been hinted at in the longer ranges. The JMA delaying things a little bit into the early part of February, but it certainly still goes along with our cooler February ideas. Now, of course, a long way off, much can change, and it probably will, but JMA certainly backing up our ideas right now. Okay, me and the foot will leave you with that for now. But whatever you're doing, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to check out Gary's fast forecast for all the details on the cold and possibility of snow over the next couple of days. Whatever you're doing, have a great day. Thanks again for watching. Keep the sun shining, and bye for now.